So it's June 25th, I think. Been at this for just over a month. A little bit more, I think. Yeah, I think it was middle of May. So there's our peppers. Doing pretty good. They got several little ones on there. You can kind of see the knobs, little nuggets, I guess. The green one back there. To the right. There's another plant. And the radishes, I'm sure, are probably ready. We've had quite a bit of spinach off of this stuff here. It's going to seed, so I'm going to pull that and replant with something else. I haven't figured out yet what. Originally it was going to be spinach, but I might opt for something else. Carrots seem to be doing really well. I thinned them, but I don't know if I thinned them well enough, because it seemed like I was throwing a lot of them away, so I don't know, we'll see. Mom said that carrots are pretty hard to grow, so we'll see how they turn out. Then here's my monster peas. Definitely outgrowing their little trellis, their little cloth net trellis here. That's another thing she was kind of surprised was growing well, because the season seems to be a little bit off, but so a couple of those. Hopefully with all those flowers on there we'll get lots of peas, lots of yummy sweet peas. My rows are really short, 7 feet, and it's because we kind of didn't know exactly how much time we were going to spend on it, and I for one didn't know that I would spend this much time on it. And I love every minute of it, which is surprising because I hated gardening when I was a kid, because I guess it wasn't my project or whatever, but well, anyway, so we got red onions and white onions, and I just noticed the difference between the two. The red ones have the kind of the darker, smaller, less wild leaves, if you will, greens, whereas these white ones, just 2 rows of those, have some pretty crazy, very thick, very tall, lighter green stalks. Then this little row here, this would be more spinach, and I see it's coming up. I put the string down because otherwise if you're weeding, you can't really tell what's what. So within that area where the string is, that's kind of my don't pull whatever you're not sure of type of thing. If it's a broadleaf or something you recognize as a weed, pull it, but otherwise that's kind of the be careful zone. This is my row of green beans, tiki torches on each side because they were convenient and they just sit in the garage anyway. But then I made a trellis just by running the string across the thing there, and these guys are really kind of reaching for the sky. My mom, who's a master gardener, certified master gardener from the University of Northern Iowa or somewhere like that. I think that's where it was. But anyway, she did that recently, and she said just let them go. They'll roll back down on themselves. And but I don't know, kind of thinking there might be something up there in them clouds if I let them grow high enough. Just kidding. Tomatoes. I mean, holy moly. Talk about the time suck. These guys here are the ones that you'd spend the most time on, and it's obviously due to my desire to not do anything easy. So I cheaped out and I bought all these bamboo poles. I thought, oh, I'll just make trellises. So I made trellises and duct taped them and tied them and wired them and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I've spent a lot of time on that. So word to the wise, if you don't have a lot of time, just buy the damn wire ones and put them out before your plant gets too tall. These guys here are hybrids, and they're supposed to get I think they're called early boys or something like that. Yeah, early girl 50 days. Where's the, right there. Hybrid tomatoes. Let's see. It's kind of dirty there. Yeah, spacing 24 to 36 inches apart. So you can see what happens when you go with 24. I mean, I used to be able to walk between them, but I think I would do damage now if I did. So, if you have the room, go with 36 inches. It says 50 days after planting will be maturity. Okay, so maybe it was the end of June, because I'm starting to get some little tomatoes in there. Some little, I mean the end of May that I started this. Starting to get some little tomatoes in there. See if I can find one. And I just now pruned the suckers, like right there, right there. Those things are, apparently if you trim those, your tomatoes will mature better and sweeter and riper and all that stuff, because those are just they just take the sugars away from the little tomatoes. So I know I saw tons of them in here, but they're kind of a, there we go. See? There's a little guy right there. Hi, tomato. So we have 16 of these things. 8 of each variety. Oh, I'm snagged on my chicken wire. Sorry about the shakiness here. So 8 of the early girl and 8 of some other thing. I think these are supposed to be the jumbo ones. Arugula off to the side here, that's kind of an afterthought. But tomatoes are the main attraction, and they definitely take up the most time. So I'm hoping that we can can some of this stuff. And actually, that's kind of the problem, actually, is that, you know, like with the spinach, I mean, I didn't think it was going to be enough, but we couldn't keep up. We ate spinach several times, made spinach dishes. Pam's an awesome cook, so she whipped up a couple things, and I've even given some to the neighbors, and I feel like we hardly even touched it. It's already gone to seeds. So this is my first year doing this, really, so it's kind of a learning experience. But gotta have your, if you're really going to be trying to store things, you have to kind of be ready for the stuff when it comes to maturity. So anyway, yeah, so I watered some today. Dishwasher's running on the inside there. Here's some more green beans that I had left over, so I just threw them in the corner here to see what happens. And I see I have a nasty weed here that's making itself look like it's beans. Die, you nasty weed. So those guys are just here by this little shed, and I don't know, if they make it, they make it. If they don't, no problem. And over here, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I did plant broccoli as well, and those failed miserably because, as you can see, I have chicken wire all the way around. Well, I didn't have chicken wire on the side of the chain link fence, and little baby bunnies can fit through those chain links pretty easy, so they munched 4 of them down, and then I protected the other 4 with chicken wire, but they went to seed right away. So I pulled them out, and then I felt bad, so I replanted them over here. And those guys are pretty much done. They flowered. They're, whatever they're doing, they're done. But then I see this guy's actually got some broccoli there, so might get something out of that after all. Just a mouthful is all. But then here's our blueberries. It's kind of Pam's deal there. Looks like I need to do some weeding over here. We've just been gone for a couple days. Anybody who gardens knows that this stuff, you turn your back for 30 seconds and weeds pop up. So anyway, that's the report. Oh, one more thing before we go. This is unintentional, but blackberries, or not blackberries, black raspberries. I've picked 3 big quart-sized bowls of this already, 2 big-sized bowls already, and I can see that I'm going to have to get out here tomorrow or risk losing them, and get some more. Pam made this awesome cobbler with them. Oh my God, that was good. But these are just these were just here. Decided not to cut them out. See how they go, and they kind of go nicely with the neighbor's awesome rose garden. And because they're prickly too, but so yeah, that's it. That's the garden report 2012. Maybe I'll check in later with another report, I don't know.